Valentis. Welcome to the channel. My name is Omega's Batman, and I got a guest on the channel.
What's up? Super Fan K. What's up, guys? How's it going?
Let you guys know this video will contain spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie, then I will leave a link to my spoiler-free review in the description below. Without further ado, let's tag team this bitch.
Whoa. There's no gang banging that's going to be taking place on video here, okay? So I want to let you guys know that right now. That's not what this is, all right?
Exactly what it is. It's a tag team.
You spoke out of turn. I think what you meant to say was, let's team up to talk spoilers, not let's tag team the Suicide Squad. Because that's
tag team. Therefore, I go first. I'll tell you what I liked and disliked. Therefore, I tag team to Superfan K. It's like a tag team match. Tag team.
Yeah, that sounds a little bit too much like putting two CDs in the same slot. I don't like the way that feels.
So now be an orgy.
Why are we having an orgy? Most of my dislikes are really just from the fact that I'm not a huge James Gunn fan, like, as a director. His style, his brand of humor. Like, I watched the movie the second time, and a lot of the jokes started to get tired, as they usually do when I rewatch James Gunn's movies. He has a very juvenile and kind of childish way of going about it. Like, a lot of the poop jokes, like, you know, you're walking into the first scene, and Captain Boomerang's wiping poop off his boot, and I'm like, okay, is that supposed to be funny? It's not really that funny. There's another scene where Blackguard is walking in Bel Rev, and he has like shitty toilet paper on his foot or something, and he's like, the scene where Harley's like, oh, angels are splooging on us or something like some of that stuff. I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I'm supposed to laugh at that, but it's really not that funny. So some of that stuff got on my nerves. I've kind of gone back and forth on the Amanda Waller thing, because a lot of people have said, like, oh, well, I said I didn't like how it felt. Amanda was actually pretty badass and ruthless for most of the movie. Then you get to the end of the movie, and it's kind of like, they nerfed her. They hoed her. Like, what the hell happened? And I don't know. I kind of can see both sides of it now, whereas before I was kind of anti what they did to Waller, because basically, you know, she's losing her mind. You know, like, at the end of the movie, the squad is, like, going out of their way to go to fight Starro, and she's just kind of like, turn around, goddammit, do what I say.
When she did all on that, it just felt like her character was out of place. And from a writing standpoint, if you compare her character arc to the comics and what you see in the TV show, her character is not like that. There's some things I dislike with the other characters, like the surrounding characters, like the henchmen. We know when especially one of them hit her in the back of the head.
So you're talking about the Office people?
Yeah, the Office people. Yeah, but I just feel like that was out of place, because she shot a full FBI agents in a room. I mean, I feel like they're all gonna be eventually dead later.
Yeah, but like the Office people, if I may. I
got some little context on that scene. The woman who knocked out Amanda Waller was actually
Crawley, right?
Yes, Crawley. It was not actually her cousin.
But she's probably not gonna kill her cousin.
Yeah, I think. But they're gonna kill everybody else.
I don't know. Amanda Waller's pretty fucked up. She might kill a family member if she thought it was for the good of national security.
She killed her husband.
You know, like stuff like that I'm cool with. But the Office people, to me, I don't know. They had a little bit too much to do with this movie by the end of it. And then by the end, I was just kind of like, I get it. It's supposed to be funny. But I also just don't feel like Amanda Waller would just let that shit go.
Yeah.
Like, she was, like, adamant that they turn around. And I was just like, who fucking cares? Like, if they get killed versus Starro, doesn't that help your case? Like, why would you care this much? They're trying to fight and kill Starro. I thought you would want Starro to be killed, right? Like, he's evidence that you guys fucked up, isn't he?
Well, they got what they came for, was cover up the conspiracy.
Remember they told them originally they were supposed to go there to destroy any and all forms, all, like, signs of starfish. So I feel like
that was part of the mission, but the real mission she gave.
We're not saying it was to just make sure that nothing left that building.
Yeah,
I get it.
So technically, I would say that wasn't really their mission. She lied to them,
which makes sense because Amanda Waller is always lying to the Suicide Squad about something. The Thinker was kind of useless to me in the movie.
I had that same feeling too when I was going into the movie. I wasn't trying to go in and hating it, but I understand what certain fans are coming from when it comes to James Gunn. You know, I explained it in my spoiler-free review about what happened to James Gunn. It's a long story short, but He's a not to take away from the man, but from as a director, he has shown good scenes of directing. There's some good lighting, some good fight action sequences that I enjoyed. Some of the humor does make the film a little bit off balance. I did find myself scratching my head at times, but there were a few chuckles. It still had the small element of the MCU due to the fact he directed Guardians of the Galaxy, so you will have that feel going into this movie. But it's not exactly like Guardians of the Galaxy. Is completely different because due to the gore and the action sequences, you can get nothing like you see in the Suicide Squad when it comes to the action sequences. So yeah, I was definitely pleased with this movie.
I will say another minor annoyance is that they just kind of killed. Sir, I didn't. I liked the fact, like in the beginning, they killed Boomerang, and I was kind of like,
I was not expecting that.
I didn't expect it, so I was like pleasantly surprised. But then I was also like, wait, this guy's a huge Flash villain. Are we just not going to get Captain Boomerang and Flash now? Is that one little scene from the other Suicide Squad movie, like the only interaction between Flash and Captain Boomerang that we're going to get? That was kind of disappointing. And Polka Dot Man, well, I'm not upset that he died. It was more like how he died, where he tried to be a superhero.
I'm a superhero for my 15 seconds of fame.
And then he quickly gets killed like it's a joke, you know? And which is like the only time in the movie where I felt like there was like an epic or serious moment that kind of got undercut because it has to be funny. And I was just like, I don't like how Polka Dot Man died. I don't like how he died. I thought that was kind of whack to me. I'm going to be honest.
That was kind of funny.
Some people are theorizing that the Flash movie could like reverse engineer some of this stuff and like use the multiverse to like bring in other versions,
or use multiverse to erase the Snyderverse.
They better not be doing that shit. I hope not. I don't think they're doing that. I know a lot of people are paranoid about that shit, but I think Andy has a lot of respect for Zack and what he's done before, and I don't think they're gonna use it to like erase the other stuff that's come before. But you never know. The other big strength of this movie, I thought, beyond all that, was the character work. I was surprised at how much I liked and cared about the individuals in the movie, like
especially Bloodsport and Ratcatcher 2.
Yeah, like Bloodsport. I know a lot of people are going to compare him to Deadshot. There are some similarities, but for the most part, for me, he felt like a different character. He felt like a different person, and I cared a lot more about him, his trauma, the backstory that they set up with him and his father.
So they're not the same character.
No, they're not. Because I mean, Deadshot has this whole other thing.
Actually,
they're both black. They're both assassins, and they both have daughters. That's like where the similarities end, pretty much.
That's like surface level.
Everything else: personality, weapons, style, motivation, circumstances. Literally everything else is different about them as people, and I like it because it at least makes Bloodsport like people are going to be more interested to see Bloodsport now.
Yep.
And I thought that was cool, and I like that he also wore his helmet more often in this movie than Deadshot did in his movies.
Yep.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yep.
The guy that surprised me the most in this movie actually was Rick Flag. Rick fucking Flag.
Oh man, I have to say they actually humanized his character. He actually felt like a character you cared for.
First time you see Rick Flag, he's extending his hand to shake one of the new members of the squad. And he has that rapport with the rest of it. I think at this point he comes to view them as like teammates, and he has more respect for them. Like he cares more about them. They're not just disposable criminals anymore. He genuinely believes that what they're doing, and I like that change. Like he has a relationship with Boomerang, with Harley. Like him and Harley seem to be legitimate friends.
Yeah. I had decided my second favorite character in the entire movie was Ratcatcher 2. She really hit me on an emotional level. I'm just, I remember I made a video just bashing the character choices: Polka Dot Man, Ratcatcher, Bloodsport. Like, who are these guys? And going in, I had no idea I'll find Ratcatcher 2 compelling, and I'm just I was just blown away. And actually, John Cena's great. He did a really good job blending into his role that you couldn't see him. I think that there is. I think that there should be an HBO series revolved around Ratcatcher and Bloodsport, because I care about those two characters more than I did with Peacemaker.
Yeah, Ratcatcher's supposed to be like a disposable Batman villain, basically. Little details like Savant, like Savant kills a canary in the very first scene of the movie.
Yeah.
right?
Jim Lee confirmed that he was put in Belle Reef by
Black Canary. Yeah, Black Canary caught Savant, and in the comics, I believe Savant is an enemy of the birds of prey.
Yep,
So
he is.
It kind of is perfect how that works out, where he kills the canary, and then later on he gets his head blown off, and then a canary is like chewing at his brain.
Circle of life.
Right. It's kind of a disposable plot here, like they're on Quarter Maltese. There's some kind of government coup.
I think that's where the film lost me a bit. That has to do with Harley Quinn's new love interest with the dictator. I didn't really feel anything with that. I just felt like, I don't know. It just felt. They tried to use that to develop her character. It worked, but it just felt like it felt like the movie. It almost felt like two movies for a second.
For me, it was kind of like they extended the movie with these various subplots, and each one of the subplots has entertaining stuff in it. Like the Harley Quinn subplot, it's kind of interesting because Harley basically is continuing to show the character progression that she had from the first time we saw her. Mm-hmm. And then we saw her in Birds of Prey, and now in this movie where she's like, well, told myself if I ever got a boyfriend, I'd look out for warning signs. Talking about killing kids, pretty big red flag for me. Yeah. And to see her in that great action sequence is like, okay, that's cool. But this also kind of drags down the pacing of the movie a little bit. Yeah. It's like these subplots have interesting moments, but it all seeks to like delay the end of the movie as long as humanly possible.
Yeah. Overall, I think that this is a really good movie. Probably one of my favorite DCEU films. It blew me away. I was not expecting it to be good. I think one of my favorite shots in the entire movie was the change, the song "Change." That scene where all of the Suicide Squad members are walking in an all-white shot, and they were just walking slowly
in the rain.
Yeah, in the rain. I think that shot was ripped from the Suicide Squad comics, and I just had a nerdgasm moment. It was directed well. I like that.
It looked great. Oh, what did you think about Starro, by the way? Did you like Starro?
Starro
the Conqueror.
Starro. Well, I want to talk about two factors of that fight scene. Starro was depowered, and I felt like Ratcatcher was overpowered. Because she wasn't as strong as that, and he's not strong as that in the comic books. He can summon like 100 type rats. That's the minimum, 100 to 300. I looked it up. He can summon 100 to 300 rats. But in this movie, Ratcatcher can summon an army, like a horde.
I'm pretty sure she had like 1 million of them bitches.
Million rats. 100, 300 from the comic books. To be an overgalactic story. I did have to praise this movie because this movie, Starro, was the first villain for the Justice League. So I did like that, having him as the main villain.
And the rat scene was cool. And then somebody was just kind of like, well, obviously, Starro's better than Darkseid now. And I was just kind of like, Starro got taken out by sewer pigeons. I call them sewer pigeons with fur.
Who said that he was stronger than Darkseid?
Somebody on Twitter. It doesn't really matter. It's
not really
important. But I was just like, listen, I'm not slandering Starro. I like Starro, and I like the line he had at the end where he was just kind of like, I was perfectly happy just floating in space, staring at the stars or something like that. And I was just like, that's pretty deep. I like the fact that they started off the fight shooting it from the perspective of the helmet. I thought that shit was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Sad to see Rick Flag die though. Rick Flag was my guy in this movie. I was rooting for him, and then I was just like, get him, and then I was just like, shit, took your eye off the ball there, buddy.
Yeah, I was rooting for Rick Flag, but I wasn't expecting Peacemaker to kill him like he did. I guess he's going to dive deeper into that. I think.
What, Peacemaker show?
In Peacemaker show, the last words that he said, Peacemaker, you a joke. I think that line will haunt John Cena's character.
I like that Bloodsport was the one to take down Peacemaker, but I was just like, dog, how did he survive this shit? Not just getting shot in the throat, because I'm like, okay, he got shot in the throat. Maybe he can walk away from that. And the shot, when you see him, it looks like he's dead. Like his eyes just get that, when he falls on the ground thing, so you think he's dead. But then I was just like, bro, that whole fucking building fell down. Like, the whole thing just collapsed. Yeah. All of it.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like at the end, we found him under the rubble. I'm like, still attached to his body? You found him under the rubble? What does that mean? Like, his legs and arms are still functional? Who would you like to see, if we're going to close this off, who would you like to see for the next Suicide Squad movie? as far as the members on the team. Like, you got any ideas who you'd like to be on the team?
You're not gonna like my choices. It's gonna be awkward. All right, okay. These are real characters.
Odd thing to say.
Condiment King. I want to see him.
Of course, because why not?
I want to see Catman. I want to see Catman.
Boy, really inspiring choices so far. Give me Bronze Tiger. Give me
Catman.
Black Spider. Bring back Deadshot.
Yeah.
You can bring back Harley if you want. I don't care. Give me Poison Ivy. Give me Killer Frost. That would be cool. That would be like my starting wish list.
All right, guys, that's our spoiler review. We gave it all of our thoughts. So what are your thoughts? Comment below. Let's talk about it, and we'll see you guys in my next video. And also, tell them your channel.
Superfan K. That's my channel. I am Superfan K, of course, and I do pretty much anything under the sun. Review movies, review TV shows, anything of interest, really. Trailers, upcoming news. Stuff like that.
All right, guys, thank you for watching. I love you guys very much. We see you guys in the next video. And if you like everything you see and you agree, subscribe to my channel and join me in the Batman family.
It gets stuck, but oh wait.
Whoa!
That's not the. I can't use that.
Copyright.
Yeah. That's wrong video. It's not a Stuckman video. He doesn't even do the Stuckmanized thing anymore. I don't think.
You think he does?
He Stuckmanizes himself because he's a director. So he's just.
You're just trying to get viral, but yet you're trying to have a lawsuit.